Hello everyone, this is Cody Lee of BlackCatBooks.org, author of I, the Dragon, Cruel and Beautiful, Rabbit Hole, and King Dio. Today, I noticed something that I don't think anyone else has noticed. I think it's because nobody else actually watches Angry Joe. I certainly don't. I just ended up happening to decide to myself, I wonder what Angry Joe thinks about Sora in Smash. What does Angry Joe have to say about Nintendo? It's been kind of like my thing, right? Where I'll find certain contributors that I hate, people like Darkside Bill, people like Review Tech USA, people like Angry Joe, and try to get their statements regarding Nintendo and their policies and what they think of them. And every single time, I am kind of amazed at how out of touch these 40-year-old boomers are when it comes to gaming's best company, right? And this is a defining example of that. I'm not kidding when I say this. You can legit go look it up for yourself, right now. Look up for that Angry Joe video where he talks about the Sora being in Smash, right? The only Nintendo news of the week, he didn't talk about Metroid Dread, he didn't talk about Monkey Ball Banana Blitz, he didn't talk about any other news related to the company. There was a Nintendo Direct recently, didn't talk about that for some reason. Apparently he can't riff off of Nintendo like he can with other companies. So apparently he doesn't like talking about gaming at all, because I had a look at his channel and he just wasn't talking about anything relevant whatsoever. Maybe he'll cover some shit AAA game that someone paid him to promote, but generally speaking, his entire channel is just him reacting to Marvel and DC shit. He is a straight up man child. It's embarrassing. But what's more than that though? What's more than that is that Angry Joe does do gaming news coverage, and by that I mean he has his employee Alex. I don't want to call him his buddy. He's clearly an employee. His employee Alex, who I guess is his equivalent to Screenwave, who records and edits the videos for him. He has his employee Alex read him the news, and he gives his shitty, half-ass, low energy takes. He doesn't care about any of this shit. He's only doing it for the views. He's only doing it to game the algorithm and do angry reactions to stuff. It's embarrassing. It's awful low quality content. Nobody should watch it. But I'm watching his reaction to Sora in Smash, right? I immediately skip through the video. I find the point where he's talking about Sora in Smash, and Angry Joe clearly doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't play Smash. He doesn't play his Switch. He doesn't know anything about all of these iconic characters. I legit think Angry Joe doesn't know a single one of the characters in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Characters that span multiple decades of gaming, the very best that Japanese gaming has to offer. The very best gaming has to offer, period, I suppose. Of course, Japanese game development studios are the peak and have always been the pinnacle of the industry. So he's talking about Sora in Smash, and he's just good for the Kingdom Hearts people. But what I would really want is Sephiroth in Smash. And he's trying to say it oh man, I'm such a big Final Fantasy fan, guys. I'm such a gamer. And Alex just gives him this confused fucking look. And I understood how he felt. I totally understood, because I know for a fact that Angry Joe had already been told on this same video series, right, a couple of months back, that Sephiroth was already in Smash. He had already been told, right? And he wasn't excited at all. He didn't give a shit that his favorite character was in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. He didn't give a shit. He didn't play the game. He didn't cover it at all. He was just yeah, whatever, that's cool. And now, with Sora being in Smash, his first instinct is to try and downplay what Smash Ultimate did by trying to say that Sephiroth should be in Smash, even though he already is. Now, this is, I think, I don't want to say it's worse than the David Jaff thing, because, what possibly could be? I don't want to say it's worse than, David Jaff's cover of Metroid Dread, trying to say, Shantae and, Castlevania Aria of Sorrow are, better. I don't want to say. I don't want to like say it's as terrible as that, because nothing could possibly be with like how how he's like doubling down on it and shitting all over Metroid fans who are constantly like finding all these reasons why he's a fucking retard, right? But it's so bad. It's so close to that. You know what I mean? I'm not exaggerating when I say I don't understand how you can be a fan of video games and not know if your favorite character is in Smash. I can understand if you're not into Smash, if you don't play it, if you don't own a Switch. Like, I don't agree with that, right? Like, I don't necessarily like. I could understand it, right? Like, if you weren't like completely up to date with like who all was in Smash, if like maybe you kind of like fell off of Smash Ultimate, like I kind of fell off of Smash Ultimate like halfway through the Smash Pass 2, right? Because I didn't care for Steve, I didn't care for like Kazuya. It wasn't until Sora that I was just like, yeah, Fighter Pass 2 is pretty good. I could understand like falling off Smash, not keeping up with every Nintendo announcement. I could understand that, but being completely seriously, going on a news show, asking for a character who's already in the game, it's like just, it is incredible how out of touch Angry Joe is right now. And what's more incredible is I don't think his audience is really calling him out on this. I think he's kind of in that like, he's in the Cinemassacre space, right? It's the same thing that's happening to James Rolfe, is that he's pawning off all of the workload to other people, and as a result of it, like, isn't actually invested in what's going on in the gaming community, right? He's not going on with, like, he's not involved with the video creation process, he's not involved with, like, anything. He just comes up on camera and, like, is Angry Joe, like, once a week or whatever. Now, he'll talk about, like, a big AAA game for those views, or to like gain the sub count, but like generally speaking, he's pretty comfortable where he's at, and he doesn't really feel like he needs to continue working. Right? It's the same mindset. It's the same lazy, the same lazy content. Like now that he's at a certain point, he doesn't feel like he needs to work anymore. It needs to be called out more, okay? Like, I don't understand how any video game channel, like any serious one, wouldn't know this, right? Like, even if you didn't play Smash, even if you didn't care about it, you should have known that Sephiroth, one of the biggest names in gaming, and the antagonist of one of your favorite games of 2020, you should have known. Like, you should have been aware. You should have been able to like react more positively, and you shouldn't have tried to shit on Smash Ultimate. This is the other thing about Angry Joe that I've been pointing out a lot, and I think needs to be talked about more. It's like his anti-Nintendo stance does not make any sense. Like, it's because he can't grift off of it, right? Right? Because he can't make money off of Nintendo content the same way he can make money off of other content, so he's not going to cover it. He's going to make shit up as to why he's not covering them, but like it's because they're not giving him money, basically. That's the real reason why. His refusal to cover Nintendo content needs to be condemned. He legit acts like Breath of the Wild and Bayonetta 3 are the only games he's excited for, which is just plain ridiculous. Nintendo won E3 this year. They had a stellar showing after that, like with the September Direct, and they're going to continue having hot new releases going forward. Like, I honestly don't even know what games Angry Joe is looking forward to in 2021 and beyond. Like, I have no idea, and I don't even think he knows. Like, because all he cares about is making more money.